Hi, there you guys. So, I went and did some things today that I don't normally do. Um, hmm. I found out that my back, I've been having some spasms. So, I had an x-rayed, and there's nothing really bad going on, but where I work out and do a lot of yoga, my neck is a little it's like, what's the word for it? Um, it's a little hyperextended. Not bad, but it's like, it can be, taken care of in reverse. It's not bad. Um, yeah, so I was a little surprised by it, but my back, it looks normal. It's just like I have a really long neck, right? And I do a lot of like workouts involving my shoulders and my décolleté and stuff like that. So it's a little like, it hyperextends it a little bit. But if you're in ballet and things that do with dancing and all that, that's normal to have a neck like that. And the doctor said like, he said I ought to be like, if I was a dinosaur, I'd be a brontosaurus, like one of the ones that live in the water and eat the plants because my neck is so long. He was making a joke. It wasn't a mean one. But yeah, he was really nice. And I don't normally go to the doctor. I don't really need one that often. So, gosh, I stepped on the scale and I've lost quite a bit of weight. I'm getting down to where I want to be. Not that I'm fat. Um, yeah, I had kind of a laugh. I was reading a pamphlet in the doctor's office because I waited there like for 2 hours, something like that. It was a long wait. It was really, really busy. But I was like, I almost read like a copy of The Onion, like you're reading an article on The Onion. So it was really funny. Like, did you know that you need it? I don't know, it was kind of funny. Like, it's hard to, I don't know, the pamphlet on me, it was like, it's pretty funny. I was trying hard not to laugh because I didn't want the doctor to think that I was like laughing at him. But, it was so funny. It was about blood sugar. So it's kind of funny. Just the way it read at the time. Uh, what else? Yeah, I went to the doctor because I was having like neck pains and migraines. So he really didn't find anything other than my neck. He said I just might have like basic migraines, like a regular migraine. So I think he prescribed me like a light migraine medication. So I don't know if I'm gonna take it or not. I know that sounds bad, but it's not like a life or death situation, and I would rather honestly just take like regular aspirin, regular aspirin and coffee, because all the migraine medicine has in it is, I think, it's aspirin, coffee, and something else, and some sort of like a leave type medication in it. My migraines aren't enough to like be like a throbbing constant occurrence. They just happen when I'm really, really stressed out. He checked my ears out. So my ears, I thought I'd have like a fungus or something in my ears because like I cleaned them out and it was dried black stuff. But I got to thinking because they're gonna surprise me. Maybe it's blood because I've been doing like um, a lot of what you call that, lifting weights, and I know that my voice has been a little hoarse from it. And my ears have popped, like my ears are a little tender. And I was reading somewhere that that can happen because your ears, nose and throat, they're all connected. So that's what it was basically. Um, so there's nothing wrong with my ears. It's just like a little dried blood, which is nothing to be worried about because I was scratching at it. Um, the weather today was nice. It was nice. Nice, nice weather. And I was listening to the Book of Enoch. I like the Book of Enoch. There's a lot of information in that. It's like, for me, these days in Revelation, in the end times, everything just comes together. It all just comes together like a big old puzzle. Like the borders all set around it. And I'm working my way toward the inside. There's just a few faces in there that I just kind of puzzle pieces on. So I think we're just about done with this whole end of days truth movement thing. I really do. And I'm not the only person saying that. There's some other people out there, Jonathan Kleck. He's put together some interesting clues for us that kind of like when the puzzle toward the Antichrist and World War III and the tribulation and the birth pangs and all that are coming together. So he really solved a lot of that. Mark the Grokst, I think that's how you pronounce his name. He does a lot of really good videos. So everyone that I'm talking to has probably heard of these people. But I've been having a lot of dreams lately about really nice things. Like my dreams aren't like scary and apocalyptic. I know some people have that ability, and I take that very seriously. Because as we all know, dreams do have a basis in reality. Their dreams are like clues almost. And other times dreams are just so dead on that I've had dreams that come true. I've done that for a long time, like deja vu type dreams. It's like I have a dream and I'll dream what I'm doing, and then like the next day it's like I'm doing it just like in the dream, and it's a very, very unsettling feeling. It used to be unsettling. Now it's not so unsettling. Now I realize that dreams can kind of come from two places. There's dreams that are true and dreams that are tampered with, like that are affected by the negative side. And a lot of my dreams, during the night, my dreams are very, very nice and good. And I noticed toward the morning, I'd say probably like 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, something like that. That's when they kind of get weird. Like that's when I start feeling interference. So, seems like a pretty obvious fact, but one time God gave me told me with like letters, like words, that people that do try to do harm in your life, try to cause malevolence and try to pirate aspects, of evil into your life, the sower of terrors, so to speak. He said, he can do it, but it'll only cause trouble on himself. And to me, I've got a pretty good head on my shoulders. I got a good sense of sensibility and rationality. And a lot of the stuff God says, some of it's very, very it's like so obvious. It's like, why didn't I think of that before? Like it was right in front of my face. It's like, how did I miss that? And other times he says things that I already know. It's just like a reiteration of what I've been taught. But his news is always good. I've never had God tell me like, you're going to go and do this or something, or this is really bad, it's going to happen, and this is really bad, it's totally justified. He's never given me any type of revelation like that. God's very plain, to me anyway. Not everybody is under God's protection or God's mercy and grace and forgiveness. Kind of like the whole best offense is the defense thinking. The best way to avoid a really bad situation most of the time is by avoiding sin. And it's not that hard to do. It's really not. It takes practice and patience, and it takes what I would call education. Why is sin bad? A lot of people try to give justification as to why not. Well, it can cause health problems and viruses and sickness, and it can cause things like blemishes on your face, sunspots. All of that stuff is a product of disorder and sin in the world. It's very easy to understand. Some is, in a way, almost like a sensible version of Scientology, their philosophy. I think some aspects of Christianity have been pirated by Scientology, like from the Catholic Church. And to me, there's only going to be one church, and that's the Catholic Church. That's the foundation on which Christianity, Jesus's philosophy and teachings are founded. That's the foundation. Is it any coincidence that all the religions, all the Christian religions, were part of a schismatic departure from the Catholic Church for various reasons? Does that make someone a bad person? I'm not God. All I know is I just tend to get along better with Catholics. And that's just me. And I'll be honest with you, there are very few true Catholics. Even back in the 80s, there were very few Catholics. There might be a lot of people that go to the Catholic Church, but there's very few Catholics. So it doesn't matter what denomination you go to. It doesn't matter if like something happened and you went to some place where you're like a prison, concentration camp, what have you. Where somebody, like the only religion they had was just like a common non-denominational preacher. The Bible is the Bible. You read the Bible, God teaches you. You're a fool to put your faith in men. Men are finite. And you never know what's under that mask unless you have like EMF and a quantum processor. Or you're the devil himself. Man, you just can't sift people out like wheat. It's hard to do. You think you know a person. I've met people. You think they're a good person, and man, boy howdy, do they turn around and just surprise you. I've been surprised a couple times. I'm not surprised nowadays. But man, I think the whole idea is to get you to feel like a fool for having what do you call that? Common courtesy. For having manners, and I'm a mannered person. I'm just like, no, you can't do this. No, that's not right. You better do this and that. No, that's just not how I am. I'm like a cat. My personality is very feline. I'm quiet. I'm very flexible, and I enjoy luxury. I enjoy living in a house, and I enjoy sleeping in a bed, but if I have to go camping and rough it for a couple days, well, it's no different than, going to college for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. It's really not. It's all about education. And life, to me, one of the best aspects of life is learning. Learning is a wonderful experience. I love learning. But also, it depends on the curriculum. Like, I got to be interested in the subject to really enjoy studying it. It's got to be my niche. Like math, for example. I hate math. Math, I can understand math, but I just hate math because it's like, I see all these numbers and it's like, I can't take it. It's just too much. It's just too darn much. So I'm glad math isn't one of my areas of expertise. I mean, like, as I'm growing into my true self, my triumph in the face of adversity, beauty and grace in the face of adversity, I'm starting to notice numbers more. And I don't feel like it's a daunting task. Like my number association is 7. I see a lot of symbolism in 7. I see 7s everywhere I look. When it comes to the positive aspects of my life, I see 7. I see 7s. Also, I started noticing, was it like a year ago? I started noticing 666, like on the clock, on just random bills, like billings, you know what I'm talking about, like pamphlets and things like that, on registration numbers, on addresses. I've noticed 666. That's new for me. But like if something bad's starting to happen, or something like is leading up to, like right before or after or during, I'll see 666, or I'll see numbers that add up to 666. But that is new for me. So it's it's fascinating for me, because that to me is like numbers. You can argue with words, you can argue with politics, you can argue with trends and standards of beauty in humans, and decorations, interior design. But what you can't deny is numbers. You cannot deny numbers. Because 15 minutes and 59 seconds, well, that's 15 minutes and 59 seconds. You can't change that into 5 hours. Does that make sense? You can't debate that. That's almost 16 minutes. So you really can't turn like a 2-hour epic into like 10 minutes and say that, oh, I watched the movie. That's just common sense. That's irrefutable. So numbers are like becoming more in like my perception is like becoming more attuned with numbers and math. Because for a while there, I was like, oh God, like I'm the most functionally illiterate person at math. And I'm not, but it feels that way. I used to feel so stupid about math, because I would get scared. Like the numbers, and I would start doing math, I would like literally like my heart would start pounding. I would start like, I would want to cry. Like I remember in math class, I almost burst into tears a couple times because I had to do equations on the chalkboard and speak out, which is so weird for me. So there must be something spiritual with my past aversion to math. I would avoid math like it was Ebola. I hated it. So, God only knows how I got through school and got through all those without flunking. In some cases, like some math tests, I'd look at it, I'd be like, you're kidding me, I got that grade. Like I didn't even I was just guessing. So my thoughts are totally different now. What else? I'm noticing more geometry, more algebra, more algorithms, patterns and numbers, things like that. It's just kind of interesting how I understand now. And let me tell you something, that didn't happen until after I got baptized and read the Bible all the way through and accepted Jesus. It didn't. I couldn't have done it without him. I couldn't have. After all the stuff I've been through in the past 7 years, 9 years. Man. Whew, this past 7 years, it's been difficult. But I'm bright. I think I'm brighter than I've ever been. I can say I'm more focused, more put together, more sophisticated. I'm not afraid to speak. I'm not afraid of being me. I'm not afraid of the natural me. I'm not afraid of I'm just not afraid of what people think anymore. I love that part of it. So, yeah. But they say the devil is the prince of this world. And I believe God looks over his chosen people. I do. I really do. He looked over me, and looking back, I thought I had some hard moments, but gee whiz. Did I have it good? Did I have it good and I didn't realize it? Boy, did I have it good. Man. Never deny who you really are. Never deny God. Never deny your heart. Even for evil people, just be who you really are. And we can get this tribulation done a lot faster that way. We can get it by. We can get it done fast. Anyway, take care. Bye, guys.